Today I'm going to talk about finding solutions. So finding solutions to the problem you're in, the problem that I'm in a wheelchair. So one of the reasons why I recovered so well is for as long in my teenage years. My nickname was Macguyer. And Macguyer, for you older people, you will know what it is. It's a series from the, I think, 80s and 90s of this guy getting in all different situations and just using his just finding ways to if he's locked in a room, he'll find a box, he'll find a piece of tape, and he'll get himself out. Yeah, so that movie was all about that. My nickname from my teenage years has been Macgyver. It's because I grew up in Africa. For 11 years I grew up in Africa, and there was nothing there. There was no shops, there was no TV, it was fucking Arabic. I couldn't speak Arabic. So, there was no shops, we couldn't buy toys like that. So we had to go out and play outside, make your own toys. And so from a young age, from the age of 4, I grew up in Libya. And that made my brain develop in a different way. To someone that, like these days, I grew up in the city with TVs and video games and all that crap. I grew up in the desert, where there was nothing. And my brain developed in a different way. My brain was able to solve problems, anything. And before I started my business, I worked in a magazine warehouse for a few years. It's a huge airport hangar type building, huge building, and lots of machines, conveyor belts, and all kinds of machines to pack the magazines. And soon after I started working there, the foreman realized, hey, this guy can fix almost anything. And it's not fix it with spare parts. It's just, just like that series, Macgyver, get a piece of wood here, a bit of packing tape there, and the machine's fixed. And then soon after, the foreman realized, hey, this guy can fix things. So, I'll be working there, and suddenly they'll scream out at the top of their lungs, Macgyver! And I know they're looking for me, so I go over there. I get a hammer, I go just knock this and that. If there's moving parts, I can fix it. I can figure shit out. I'm not a mechanic, just the way my brain developed. So they started calling me Macgyver. And my friend, in my late teens, I had a roommate. He used to joke. He goes, with a piece of chewing gum and a toothpick, you can fix anything. He also used to call me Macgyver. Now, with the ability to solve problems, find solutions for problems, when I was paralyzed, I hacked it. I found solutions, Even now, what I'm holding here, this is bathroom handrails from the hardware store. It makes a continuous rail, so I got something to hold on to, and it makes my walking track much longer. Before, I only had the 3-meter parallel bars. Yeah, so finding solutions to your problems. This is why a paralyzed man is walking. Because whatever problem I had, I used my brain, I found a solution for it. So, I like I told the guy in Chicago, Is it Quan? Anyway, it starts with a K. Something Taylor. I helped them find a solution. That's my mom. And so you guys got to start finding solutions. You know, if you got no one to exercise with you, find a solution. You know, and I offered. Because I exercise so much. I offered people, I'll do video chat with you while I exercise. You exercise with me, and no one took me up on it. You know, hey, I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna edit something I record instantly. So whatever question you have, I ask it on the YouTube comments, and because I gotta walk 4 times a day, you know, you ask, and then when the next time I walk, I record it, and I'll edit it, I'll put it online for you guys. Yeah. So how did someone in my condition, who was left fully paralyzed in all 4 limbs, after doctors removed part of my brain, the part that controls movement, anything, every situation I was in, I just looked at it, and I found a solution. You know, I found how do I deal with this? You know. I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm wearing the 2 kilos sandbags on my legs. I mean, we only started this about 7 days ago. And this is another reason why I improved so much. You know, I'm not a physiotherapist, but I've been doing this for 7 years. I have physiotherapists thinking inside of me, you know. As soon as I started walking, I slept on the, you know, a couple of days later, I slept on a 1 kilo. And 7 days later, I 2 days before, I slept on a 2 kilo. And now I'm using almost exclusively 2 kilo. Because to lift something like this, you know, if you had to put a 2 kilo on your wrist and move it for half an hour, it's crazy hard. It's you know, but when you're walking, you can't stop, so you force yourself, you know. So I'm doing half an hour at a time. I'm doing 4 times a day of lifting weights with my legs. So while I'm walking, while I'm, you know, getting better at balancing all this stuff, my legs is getting a good workout at the same time. There's another one, 2-in-1 exercises. You're doing 2 exercises in one go. So, you know, it's finding the solutions to your problems. And I asked you, you know, people are watching my videos. I don't know who. Write where you're from in the comments.